Greetings and welcome to another fun episode of, what is this? Oh yeah, Photoshop party. I've been partying too much already with that lemon stuff, so I don't know what I'm drinking over here. Um, we're going to have some fun today, I hope, give you some ideas on how to do some strange and unique things. And I want to thank Dave Clary for the check I got in the mail today. Larry, I got your check in the mail last week, so thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it. So here we go.
Welcome.
Let's share screen, and we'll go into, we'll just do desktop. We'll do it that way. And I'll go into Bridge. I can, if you want, walk through cutting out a car, or I have one that's already cut out that we can play with. It's up to you guys how you want to do it.
I'd like to see you cut it out. I have one I need to cut out.
Okay, let's go ahead and go into.
What is the topic today?
The topic today is going to be the warp tool, transform, things like that.
Okay.
So we're going to do some different stuff with this. Open, 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 open. I think Zoom slows down both of my computers because it shouldn't take this long to open up. As we watch the spinning wheel of death.
I can't tell what's your computer and what's mine.
There we go.
Okay, now you should be able to tell.
Now I can tell.
Okay. And I am going to just go with the settings because I'm not worried about tweaking it too much. And we're going to open image, open, open, open. Wow, it opened fast and I blinked. Okay. Probably the fastest way to get started on this is I'm going to go to any of my selection tools, whether it be the marquee, the lasso, magic wand, any of those. And when you do that, up at the top, you have select subject. It's probably going to select both the yellow Ford, which is the one I want, and the gray Toyota, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. A lot of times it'll pick out, yeah, it did. It definitely did both of them. So I'll hit Command D to deselect. And then instead of select subject with the mask or the magic wand, I'm going to go to object selection. I have it set to lasso tool. And all I'm going to do is lasso what I want to select. And in 2 seconds, bing, it's got most of my selection pretty well done. I'm going to add the tire end down at the bottom underneath it because it needs to be added in there. And it took too much, but we'll fix that in a second. I'm going to delete the area in front of the tire. So I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key down. And it did a pretty good job of unselecting there. We're going to Option or Alt circle here and unselect the pavement there. I want to add the front bumper. So if I hold the Shift key, draw a little circle around that, it's going to not do perfect, but it's going to get us there in the ballpark. Probably the fastest way would be go to Select and Mask. And you can see what it's got selected and what it doesn't have selected. So I'm going to zoom in on the areas that I want to quickly get into. I'm not going to do a super great job of taking this out because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. But I'm going to go to my brush tool, which is B for brush. And I'm going to hold the Option key right underneath where I want to take it out. That added it back in because I wasn't holding the Option key.
So you're using a brush with the Option key to be negative to take it out.
Correct. If you want to put it in, you just do nothing because the shift key is already selected. It's already in plus up here.
Uh-huh.
So if you hold the option key, it puts it into minus. So
Right.
it's take out. And I'm just going to go along the edges really quick. And I need to add some tire in here because it took out a little bit too much. And then I put too much back in, so I'll just paint it back out. Hold my space bar, which will get me movement. And I can see areas here that just didn't quite get selected properly. So I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key. And for purposes of this demonstration, I think that's close enough. And I have it set. Let me get rid of.
Michael,
Yes.
is it okay to ask you questions as you go?
No.
Okay.
You just asked me one.
I'll never do that again. With those brushes, with the selection, working on a brush, can you use the click and then shift click further down to draw a straight line of selection?
Yes. If you're using the add, if you're using subtract with the option, I don't think that would work.
No.
Let's try that. I'm going to click here. I'm going to hold the shift key and it adds it in.
Yeah. You have to hold shift and option, or you have to go up and select the deselect brush. I don't know. I don't know if it works.
If you hit the deselect brush and then you hold the shift key, it changes. I don't know if you can see. It changes to the plus sign, which means it's adding. So in this particular case with this brush, it won't work for.
Because of the shift key. Ah.
Yeah, the shift key makes it do that.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. I never found it worked either. I just wanted to know if I was doing something wrong.
You were doing something wrong.
Michael,
It just doesn't work.
Michael, this is Suzanne. Do you have control right now of the hardness and softness of your brush?
I do not. And if I try to right click or control, spacing.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Cool.
Spacing down to 1, and the hardness is set at 50. Probably if I took it down to 0, I can get a much cleaner extraction out of here. So click above that.
I don't know. Maybe it's good to have hardness.
Whoops.
I think you
Yeah, I
want
think
hardness.
0 is feathered.
Yep, I went the
It
wrong way
has
with
to be
it.
100.
My brain is not working because of that lemon drink I'm doing. Yeah, I want hardness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for bringing that up. Now, I told you guys, no questions allowed.
You missed the other
It
wheel.
was a statement, not a question.
Our grammarian has spoken.
Hey, Michael, you missed the other wheel in the front.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's make my brush kind of big.
Okay.
Add it in.
Wheel shaped. Hey.
And that makes it, gives me the round edge there and nice and sharp.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow.
So use the brush to your advantage when you're using a round brush.
Great.
Okay. Trick number 1. Trick number 2. On the right-hand side, I go output, new layer with layer mask. I always like to bring it up on a new layer because that's just how it works great for me. And then I can also go in and you can see that I didn't paint in very well. So I'll go to B for brush. And let's go to hard edge brush at 100%.
Now, is this like a black and white kind of a brush?
This is my brush colors are set to black and white because I'm going to be working on the layer mask.
On the mask, okay, gotcha.
So if I do it wrong, Command Z, X to exchange colors. This is where you can hold the Shift key down and get your straight lines. So
Because
hold
you're
it,
no longer with that selection tool brush. Oh,
Correct.
that's nice. Look at that baby go.
and to me that's close enough. Okay, so it's not close enough. I want to add a little bit more. Once I have it finished like this, I am going to get rid of my layer mask. So I'm going to drag it down to the trash. Apply mask to layer before removing. Yes, I'm going to apply the mask. So now I have the truck masked off and ready to work with it. I think I'm going to tint the windows just for fun. So let's do a quick selection on the windows. And we'll go to, we're going to use the quick selection tool. And it's not quite what I wanted, is it?
You've got the frame of the window as well as the glass
Right. So let's get rid
and
of
the
it.
mirror. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
You're just doing black and white now? Or what
I'm
are you-
using the
Selection tool, okay.
quick selection tool.
Okay, gotcha.
And if you want to do like a black and white, what we can do is go into quick mask, Q for quick mask. You can see what's selected,
Okay, yeah.
B for brush. And I'm going to take out the stripe on the window,
Mm-hmm.
holding the Shift key. When I do this, so I can get straight lines. And then when you get to the edges up here, and for what I'm doing, this is close enough for now. I'm going to hit Q for quick mask, which goes out of quick mask. Now you have your selection of the window. So if I decide I want to paint it, I need a color in there to paint it with. So let's
What
go
did
to
you
the,
do to get out of Quick Mask?
if you hit Q for quick mask,
Right.
and then you paint in or paint
Right.
out what you don't want or what you do want.
And then how'd you get out of that?
Hit Q for quick mask again,
Oh,
and
okay.
it goes out. So I changed my mind. I don't want black. With the brush mode, I'm going to Option click on the back window, which gives me a dark gray. Go from normal to multiply. And I'm going to go about 70% just to paint it in real quick. And I don't have to worry about being
I have no idea what you just did.
super careful about staying within the lines because I have that selection there.
Can you do that again?
Okay, I have my selection of the window.
Right.
So I'm going to option click on the back window, take a dark spot from there. And then I'm just going to paint inside this,
Okay.
inside the selection.
Okay.
And so I just tinted the window really quick. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to play with this truck. I'm going to make this into a smaller kind of smart car SUV. I'm going to go to Edit, Content Aware Scale. Edit, Content Aware Scale. Has anybody ever used this before?
Yes.
Okay, this is fun. All I have to do is drag,
Oh, yeah, I have. Wow.
and now I have a smart car
Oh my
SUV.
That's cool.
Content aware in Photoshop is amazing.
It's a Tonka car.
You make a limo too, huh?
You can make a limo too. Let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to hit Command Z just for fun, and let's drag forward.
Oh
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Wow.
That's
An
crazy.
expedition.
That is crazy. It looks ridiculous, but it's crazy. Just saying.
Look at the wheels.
If
They didn't change. They didn't get.
the wheels stayed pretty well there.
Yeah.
You can do some extra stuff to make it select just the doors, going into channels and stuff like that. I'm not going to mess with that today. I'm just going to show you that's one way to stretch it out. Oh, where else was I going
And I
with
take
this?
that works vertically as well.
I don't know. Let's try
Ask that too. Thank you.
edit, content aware scale.
It's melting.
Okay, so we do that.
That's weird.
And then put a layer mask on or use your eraser tool. Paint with black
Yeah, I guess.
at 100%, not 70. And what you want back in, you paint with white.
No.
Yep. Give it on multiply.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would have noticed that sooner or later.
I know. 'Cause
Well,
you're
make the
always
tires look right for the car, though. That's fun. Woo.
Too funny.
And you're going to go with a big brush to make round tires. Oops, too round. But that's okay. So yeah, I guess it does go vertical as well. Thanks for asking, Mel. I've never played with it that way.
Yeah.
Wanted to get a camper out of it.
really.
That was weird.
Okay, back to normal again. Free transform, that's pretty simple. Command T to free transform. And with the new version, you don't have to hold
Yeah, I noticed that. Uh-huh.
the shift key down like you used to did. If you want to transform it towards the middle or from the middle, you hold the option key down.
Oh.
What? I guess I'll hold the shift and option key,
Oh.
which will transform it that way. But wait, there's more. We have up in the top of the layer toolbar up at the top, you have the warp tool.
Oh, it's up there.
So I'm going to
Is that
click on
part of free transform or is that?
that's part of free transform. And on the top where it says grid, you have default. You have 3x3, which adds
Oh.
3 columns, 3
Mm-hmm. Point.
rows. And then you got 4x4, and then you got 5x5.
Oh.
Okay, let's play a little bit. I'm going to take this one, drag in the windshield a little bit, drag in the front end.
Aerodynamic.
No, exactly.
We're getting there. Oh, let's make the tires a little bit bigger. Not quite as round though. Okay, I don't care. You want to have fun and play? This is all this is just playing and having a good time.
Rear spoiler.
Or something.
Or something, yeah. I modified my vehicle because when I sleep in the back, I need longer leg room. Okay, that's done with the free transform and the grid. So let's,
Does that happen the same if you do a right click on tree transform and it brings up all the different things you can do? One of them is warp.
Command T and free transform, and you can go into warp. Yes,
Yeah. But then does that bring the grid up too?
yes.
Hit the thing up top, don't you?
When you go into warp,
Uh-huh.
the grid is on default,
Okay.
and then you go in and
Okay. Thank
you
you.
go up and change from 3, 4, or 5.
Because I always go that way. I never went up to the top before.
Okay. In Photoshop, there's 10 ways to do everything.
Right.
And I know my way, so it's my way or the highway today. That was rude, wasn't it?
Here's
Okay.
what it is.
Next tool to play with, we'll go to Edit, Puppet Warp.
Oh, yeah. That's
Puppet Warp is like wicked cool. What you do is you pin the areas that you want to tweak on. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of drag in here, drag up there. And does anybody remember what the last program we did was?
You had the dinosaur.
The dinosaur. Thank you. The reason I bring that up is because the dinosaur has been crunching on this car. So I'm just playing with the warp here
That's with his sharp teeth, right?
from the sharp teeth and the strong jaws. It's a T-Rex. And then when you're done, you can either hit the commit checkbox up there at the very top, or you can hit enter or return. Enter or return. And now you have, let me show you, add a background filled with dark color so you can see it. You can see how this thing got crunched up.
Mhm. It looks like just light taps, though.
And then we take our mixer brush tool, make it a little bit bigger. I'm on the wrong layer.
Flat tires.
The monster ate the tires and gave us a flat. No, I don't like that. Let's make it really flat. But it's only flat on one side, so it's okay.
It's too level.
The car's too level.
Mhm.
Do a free transform, Command T.
Not what I meant.
Nah, not working.
How about perspective?
How about what?
Using perspective.
You tip it side, like lean it where the tire's flat.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that, and that's the hard part.
Well, you control T and you pull up perspective.
I haven't played with perspective.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, cool.
Ah.
What got me is I was watching that judging and the man was using some of these techniques to change the landscape so it looked more artistic.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I've never played with that before.
See? I bring good stuff to you.
Yeah, you should be teaching a class too, lady. So now we've tortured this car pretty good.
Michael,
Yes,
this is Suzanne. Could you show me where Puppet Warp was again?
I can, but it'll cost you.
How much?
I don't know. Go to edit, down to Puppet Warp.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Oh, there's a perspective warp too. Look at that.
Perspective Warp.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for doing buildings and stuff.
Oh,
Randy Van Dynen will well, I don't know if he'll show it or not. He might show it Monday night at Gold Coast, which
Oh.
everybody's invited to.
oh, where's the link for that?
We send it out to our members, but I'll send it out to Mel to invite everybody from PPC,
Okay.
and we'll just play. So edit has content aware scale, Puppet Warp, Perspective Warp, free transform.
Again?
It's in a bunch of different places.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, interesting.
Okay, and I'll show you what I did with this car, if I have it on here.
Oh, cool. Oops.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Changing back into bridge, and it's deciding it don't want to play right now.
Every time they do an upgrade,
Well, that and Zoom is kind of messing with me because it's sucking up a lot of memory. Okay, come on, you can do this.
hmm,
Not,
oh, it's not responding.
thank you.
How come I
Force
see
quit.
that all the time?
Goodbye. Close that. File, open in bridge, and wait. And
Maybe
wait.
Zoom doesn't like bridge.
I don't think Zoom likes bridge. I'll take a drink of my lemon drink while we're waiting for it to respond.
I don't think it's just Zoom.
There we go.
Jim Trapp was having trouble with whatever they were using. They were using a Google type Zoom. Okay.
Okay, down to cars.
There we go.
There we go. And that's what I did. I made this into this car.
Mhm.
Then I crunched it down and put it into a print comp image at Gold Coast that didn't score very well. So I won't bother showing that. But it was fun to play with, doing a little Jurassic Park on it. Okay. So we've done the transform. We've done the warp, puppet warp, perspective warp. We did perspective warp on the car, distort.
Distort's weird.
I thought I clicked on distort. What did it do?
Pull the corners.
What's that?
Pull the corners. Pull it. Yeah. Pull
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. It's almost like having in the old days using your command or control key while you do your distortion or your transformation. So what you need to do is go in here and play with stuff and figure out what it does, how it does it, and just play. I mean, that's the whole idea of this, is to have fun with it and maybe make a little money at the same time.